What are your three biggest fears? When you picture life after you leave your primary occupation, what are the three worst things that could happen? Have you really given it thought? You've probably spent more time thinking about your goals, the things that you want to do, the activities. You've probably spent a lot of time thinking about the finances and the timing of leaving your primary occupation. If you've not, I know some experts in that area and would be glad to make a referral. But when I think about that major life transition that is often underplanned, which is retirement, I'm thinking about you, your person, how that's going to impact you and your life. How would your family answer that question about the three biggest fears of what might happen when you retire, or whatever that is, however you leave your primary occupation? For people that have sold businesses, I was recently in a presentation where it was shared that 70% of business owners who sell their business have regrets a year later. The biggest part of that is they haven't planned for who they're going to be and how they're going to be afterwards. And so there are three things. The Harvard Business Review had a very well-worded article about the three pitfalls that often await people when they go into retirement without a plan. So the first one is protest. I don't want to be here. I made a mistake. I don't know why I'm here. Let me scramble and find another job. Or let me scramble and figure out what comes next for me. When that doesn't come easily, or when that's not the right answer, jumping into another job, despair can follow. And I will tell you, the despair phase is exactly why I have formed retirement wellness strategies. More about that in a minute. So protest, don't want to be here, followed by despair. And then perhaps the most frightening of all, the next phase is detachment. Detachment from family, detachment from hopes and dreams, detachment from that sense of self. I've seen people who were household names within their profession, at least everyone knew them. And then maybe the last leap to whatever they thought they were going to do professionally didn't work out. They found themselves retired, whether planned or sometimes not. And from there, they went through these phases of, oh, this can't be right. A mistake was made. They've got to let me back in. To despair. How could I have been so important and now I'm not? To complete detachment. I don't want that for anyone. Being in healthcare, as a healthcare practitioner, it was all of the people I saw entering the healthcare system at some phase of this, whether it was anxiety that they couldn't control well, depression, despair, suicide thoughts, or that detachment where they're just no longer there, no longer engaging, that made me start this business, Retirement Wellness Strategies, with some planning, some discovery of what the next phases can look like. By facing those three big fears and making a plan around them to avoid them, then the outcome can be dramatically different, very positive. You're fully engaged with your family, with life. You've maintained your sense of relevance, maybe doing something completely different than your primary occupation. We've lost too many brilliant people because they didn't plan and they fell into protest, despair, and detachment. Contact me. Let's avoid that for you.